briefly. Today I just want to talk about a very powerful principle, something that I came across over the years. And it's so powerful that most of the time we often miss it, but it's one of the most powerful principles in business and when it comes to relating with people along this line. Now the fact is this: there are times when we find out that things are happening and it's not really going the way we expect it to go, and it could come in the form that, okay, fine, probably you're working in an organization and suddenly you find out that there seems to be a movement, there's change here and there. Possibly you have a very strong relationship with the boss before that time, and now you find out there is a strain, a kind of strain between you and the boss. There's a kind of strain. It could be between you and your colleague, maybe between you and your partner. And somehow you just find out that there's a strain and you don't know what it's all about. You're trying your best to fix it, and in the process you find out that rather than things to get better, it seems to be getting, growing worse. And it's not a time for you to get angry and start looking at things and start, taking, being on one side and going against the other party. I think it's based on, having seen this and talk to people and see this event play out over and over again. And sometimes there come a time in relationship, we work in an organization where there is a movement, there is a movement that we are not seeing, and one of the ways that we are used to bring back, life will shake things around us a bit so that we don't miss the next season, what is prepared for you and I. Sometimes it's just like a child that is growing with the mom. When it gets to a certain age, if the child was breastfeeding, the mom will disengage the child from the breast so that the child can grow and feed on other things. Now, it's more like other things have come now. It's time for you to move away from this. I have kept you here for a time. It's time to move to higher things. And when things happen like that, it's like there is a disruption that we don't understand. And what we find out is sometimes people start getting angry, thinking that the other party is not being fair. No, what happened is that there is a disruption, there is a progress in the realm, in the spiritual realm, kind of, and you just have to be able to keep up with that. If we're not keeping up with that movement, we tend to become irrelevant after some time. I'll give you a very good example. You see things that happen in certain places and you hear people say things, get angry and fighting against system. It's not a very wise way to go. If people that have been around for longer time, they seem to advise us that whenever things are happening like that, what you just need to do, be patient and be positively prepared. Now, the fact is this: an opportunity is about to show up, and if you're not positively prepared for something bigger than what you're holding on to, there is a very strong possibility that you might miss a season that is about to come into your life. Let me give an example. Now, I think it was in the 80s or 70s thereof, I was reading the story of Richard Branson and how he had got stuck in the airport. The flight he was about to take was cancelled. This was long before he started Virgin Airlines. The flight he was about to take was cancelled. And when the flight was cancelled, instantly he just started thinking, okay, what do I do? How do I move up here? He walked around and went and found out the cost. What does it cost to get a private plane to get me to my destination? And when they told him the price, I think it was about 12,000, he came back to meet the other passenger that they cancelled the flight together, and he started asking them. He had not started, there was no idea of starting Virgin Airlines. And I have no doubt that that is where Virgin Airlines came out from. Now, Virgin Atlantic, sorry. Now, he came and started asking everybody, who else wants to travel? I've gotten a private plane to take us to our destination, but the price is 12,000. Can we share this cost? And before you know what's happening, a group of people came together with him and they were able to put the fund together and he was able to make the payment. Now, somebody else would have gotten angry and missed an opportunity. Now, in that little transaction that took place at that point, that was where Virgin Atlantic, you can't tell me otherwise, that was where Virgin Atlantic started. Now, it's an opportunity that presents itself, but it was calm enough to look in deeper that is there a way, there is always an advantage that comes through every discomfort. There is always an advantage that comes through every discomfort. Now, why people miss it most time is that they look at the discomfort and miss out on the advantage. You know, you have to be, open-minded enough to know that whenever a discomfort has shown up in your environment, you search for the advantage, and that is how people make progress, and now they break into higher orbit of manifestation that others remain at the same level because they get angry. When you learn to see things through, a higher perspective, you tend to move into higher orbit of things without, that others will look at it, it's like an introduction of a season. While